The year is 1981. The tape you are about to see is a culmination of the past 5 years, research done by the Women's Task Force for the Future History Department. Tonight, we are proud to present to you, for the first time on television, evidence which will leave no doubt of the existence of cave girls. None of this would have been possible without the hard work, sacrifice, and all-out effort of the East Side faction, as well as contributions and dedicated support of women from all parts of the globe. The first bit of information appeared as early as 1965, but none could be substantiated. Then, in 1976, a dramatic breakthrough was made. This is where our story begins.
Really? I'm a cave girl. Are you?
On July 24, 1976, little Fiona Templeton, while on a Girl Scout outing in South Orange, New Jersey, found a strange-looking tape cassette. The tape didn't look like any that she'd ever seen before, and she had a large tape collection. The cassette was definitely not plastic. On it was a drawing of a hand with a strange ultraviolet light that radiated from the fingertips. The glow frightened her, but she was intrigued by it and called her friends and group leader over to see what she had found. They took the tape to the car to listen to it. The sound they heard was strange, not like anything they'd ever heard before. No pattern or melody. They had never heard these types of instruments before. The girls' hands and toes began to tingle. They were energized by the music. When it was over, they ran back to the waterfall where they found it and began searching in the brush. Their energy seemed boundless as they lifted large rocks easily. They unearthed feathers, films, beads, brushes, photos, and fragments of film. One girl found a broken calculator. Jane Smith, their leader, was puzzled that they had found so many artifacts in one place and no skeletal remains. Yet clearly the objects were ancient. In a conversation with her daughter Kiki, she told her about the find. Little did she realize that this was the very thing that Kiki and the members of the East Side faction had been hoping to find.
Report to the committee. Cave girls, a million years before television. Origin unknown. Artifacts found New Jersey, Glasgow, Peiping, Rivington Street, New York City. Pre-thought. No written language. Acute visual orientation, evidenced by their obsessive documentation of their surroundings. Non-agricultural. No craft tradition. Highly advanced technology. Diet exotic and varied. Nomadic. Now extinct.
Extinct, no longer in existence, and yet our search continues. Not one skeleton has been found. Where did they go? Was their destination in the High Renaissance? Surely not. Through the centuries, there was no sign, especially not in the bobby soxes of the mid-1950s. Sometime after that, they began to resurface. The media has obscured and suppressed these phenomena from us. There is a growing sense among women that further information about them is a vital necessity. We must find out, know what they knew. Present culture has created a split from them. It has dissipated our sexual power. Everywhere we are harassed on the streets and victimized in our homes. We are split from each other, divided by competition and jealousy. The situation is chaotic.
We need new forms, new structures of thinking before any of this can improve. We must employ any possible means towards this end.
But it was a stool.
We began to seek traces of the changes which had occurred in the overall environmental factors of our lives since the time of our ancestors from the past. Newly discovered potassium-argon dating methods were helpful in determining the age of the fossils and other organic evidence which we were uncovering, but the film and photos remained a mystery which kept eluding our tools. We decided to rephotograph the films with a video-linked data information system using microstrip line amplifier circuits, which would be super sensitive for analyzing factors such as the grain of the film, the light and color gradations, as well as the apparent speed at which the film had been shot. Why were these women able to create some of the effects we observed? Was it simply the passage of these millions of years which caused these aberrations? The atmosphere was the most obvious place to begin comparison, and access to on-chip decoding devices was the next measure we would take. What we were really hoping to unearth would be some record of voices or animal sounds, since the atmosphere could probably be read with more accuracy from audio materials rather than film or photographic methods. Besides which, we were becoming increasingly fascinated with the idea that any vocal communications we could analyze might take us into realms of time, memory, or the lack of it, and communication that we hadn't even imagined possible. The work seemed to be expanding in a geometric fashion, and extended parallel systems of research seemed inevitable. I hear a sound that carries in the distance a drum beat. Shadows on the wall appear as someone moving. I look up and it's gone. I have the feeling of being followed, but I turn and no one is there.
Genetic experiments are underway. Are they reaching us on a subcortical level?
Just having a chatty girls' party, you know?
What can be found in our own physiology? Ellen is interested in exploring possible subconscious residuals through hypnotic regression. Bibi and Julie are seeking the connection between body movement and thought processes. Virginia provides continual percussive stimulation to the group, believing that it causes the secretion of certain chemical substances in the brain.
Can you say that a little louder?
Certain chemical substances in the brain that will help us to progress.
The historical picture yet. There are no men in cave girl world.
No.
Yay!
Oh, man. I wonder if they're all. Why not? I mean, I think there should be. I can't wait.
Well, why don't you give up one of your ribs and then we'll talk to the teenagers and maybe we'll get something nice and far that we can like.
My stomach comes to the picture.
More than 6
Move
inches.
it off the monitor.
Kiki is convinced that split shifts are needed to increase our output
You shot your stomach from
and bring
above
us
was
closer
good.
to synchronic time.
Yeah, but from below it ain't no good.
Marnie reports that the pheromone levels in the group are exceedingly high.
You want to tall though, right? Did you want to be, how tall did you want to be? Like, were you happy that you kept growing? I'm as tall as, I wanted to be small. You wanted to be small? Oh, I wanted to be small.
I was the tallest girl, second tallest girl in my class in 6th grade. And then everyone else grew up.
I grew real fast for a few years and then I was really disappointed that stopped all of a sudden. Well, I can recommend you a much smaller. I want to be like 5'11" or 6'1". Well, I really did. What about you? Did you always want to be taller?
The next day, when Bibi came to work and told us of her dreams, the images suggested that we were moments away from the breakthrough. Millions of years had been compressed into picoseconds. After 4 years of dedicated work, experimentation, long hours, dead ends, months and months and months, blind alleys, frustrations, we knew now we were in our business. Their presence was no longer deniable. The question of whether to carry on our quest was gone forever. But was this simply a manifestation of our own genetic pre-thought memory, or had we been watching too much television? No, it was undeniable. Their voices were calling. We shivered with anticipation. There was no turning back.
It can happen anytime.
Great wooga wooga with all Ruga.
Too quickly to
As of March 6, 1981, the following cave girls have been documented: Cara Brownell, Bush Tetras, Ellen Cooper, Edith Diak, Ilona Granite, Marnie Greenholtz, Julie Harrison, Becky Howland, Virginia Pearsall, Judy Ross, Phoebe Smith, Kiki Smith, Terry Slotkin, Y Pants, Sophie VDT. The work continues.
Do you have a match? Oh.
Yeah, the matches in the thing.
All right. Well, I think it's come a long way from our original plan and the first footage that we shot in Brooklyn. That was sort of contemporary black and white film, black and white outfits, and city landscape.
And also about one woman walking.
Right. I think that's interesting how it's grown from a story about one or two women into a really large group and an extended group that seems to be increasing all the time.
Yeah, it makes sense to make a film that way. Now it's like repeating everything, but it doesn't make sense to come up with ideas and then have them like generate other interests, like what Kate Girl said. It's that now this video is for Cara Brownell, who's making a Potato Wolf show.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'll make it louder. Cara Brownell is making a Potato Wolf show because then we've done that. Terry's taken pictures that she can use and that have also been in Zipper magazine. I used one of her photographs that she did of stills for K Girls for the sweatshirt, and it just keeps, it makes it between, that it's not just our film, the two of us, which will probably get confusing in the end when we're trying to figure out credits for things, but that it becomes this real group project involving about 15, 20 women.
Yeah, but I think it's interesting that it's sort of like rose from your concept of like, cave girls into, and it's such that everyone can relate to it according to what they're doing as well, and that it really is generating all this material and, sweatshirts, books, photographs, films.
Yeah, also because I think I sort of thought of it as like a macho one aspect, and then real sort of frou-frou. I mean, we were dressing up and running around the streets as cave girls, and sort of like as a defense mechanism also for people bothering you, or men bothering you on the streets all the time, to think you can sort of cut off their dicks or whip yourself back to a million. Yeah, whip yourself back to a million years ago and not be like, walk away a half hour still being really furious that men are making kiss sounds at you, or something that you can sort of pretend, like divert the energy into something that works towards you rather than just debilitates you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I mean,
well, it's also, the part of the basis of it too is that collective idea of like the primitive group, the tribe, which is all women for whatever explanation we can come up with, pre-men or a million years before television or any kind of rationale, and that, I don't know, somehow we can manage to like all put across individual ideas, but at the same time they're part of this.
Yeah, strike that also trying to make it into a future survival. I would think that the thing people want to do now is try to figure out how to survive somehow, and it seems.
Why don't we just trade places for a minute?